Good afternoon. This is Dr. Doe again. Continue with the alphabetic list of symptoms. We're on the list of A, letter A, and we have been talking some of the symptoms. Today, the A I'm going to talk about is called ascites, which means there's a fluid in the abdominal cavity. Okay, so it's ascites. Basically, I have been talking about what kind of problem you can go to the emergency room, what kind of problem you need to call your physician, make a scheduled appointment, or what kind of problem you can manage at home and observe. And if getting worse or not improve, you call your physician. But regardless of whatever we talked before, for the ascites, there's no way you can manage by yourself at home. You either go to emergency room or call your physician to check it out. So that's why I'm going to talk about what kind of emergency signs you need to do it right away to go to the emergency department. Before we do that, let's just briefly talk about the fluid in the body. We have many fluid, about 4 to, the intracellular fluid, which is not countable, means the fluid in the cell. The cell basically is a water sac. Inside of the water sac, there's some organelles like mitochondria, nucleus, and some other organelles, a small unit to function. And there's a extracellular fluid, which is in between the cells. For example, in the blood vessels and in the lymphatic system, the vessel of lymphatic, and also in the cavities like the abdominal cavity, thoracic cavity, or in the brain, there's subtle space called the ventricles. So these are the extracellular fluid. Or there's another space called interspatial space, which means just in between the tissue, the cells, there's no cavity, no ventricle, just the subtle the distance between each cells or each tissues. So this is called interstitial space. And usually there's some mechanism to maintain the fluid. Either you stay where you are, you're inside of the blood vessel, okay, or inside of the cells, or in between the tissues, or in the ventricle, or in the cavity space. There's always some fluid in the normal amount, okay. And these fluids stay in where they are by the mechanisms of ions or proteins in the blood vessel, or the iron concentration between the cells and outside of cells. So these are the basic mechanism to maintain the normal fluid distribution in the body, either in the cells or in the blood vessels or in the tissue between of the cells. But when this balance is disturbed, in some medical conditions such as low protein, high salt, heart disease, kidney disease, etc., etc. So during this situation, these diseases, the fluid will just redistribute. Either come to the cavity, like if go to the thoracic cavity, you have fluid in the lungs and also in the pleural fluid, okay? And if in the abdomen, it's ascites. And if in the between the tissue, edema, you probably already heard this word, the pitting edema. If you press your leg, if your leg swelling, you pressed it, there's a pit, it's called pitting edema. So these are all the abnormalities from the fluid redistribution. What kind of signs to look? How do you know you have ascites? Basically, you don't. You do not know. Unless you are very, very thin, your abdomen is it's very, your body is thin and skinny. You can notice usually your abdomen is kind of curved down, concave shaped. Now it's blowing up. Now you know there's something going on there. Otherwise, for normal people has a normal or more abdominal fat, there's no way you can tell whether you have fluid inside of or not. You probably feel bloating. You feel like my stomach or my abdomen is full. It's sensation of fullness. You might feel this, but you do not know it's ascites or a fluid inside, or it's just because some other growth, like the tumor or something else going on. So you cannot tell whether this is a fluid ascites or not ascites. If you have chronic disease, this is the, I'm going to just remind you, probably your physician already talked to you. If you have heart disease, hypertension, kidney disease, or other problems, your physician might ask you to call them or go to emergency if you have this shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, and if you feel your stomach very full. So these are the signs, you probably know it. Today I'm going to talk about, there's a special situation called liver-caused ascites. As I said, ascites can be caused by heart, kidney, and the liver. It's one of the common causes for ascites. How usually the liver disease, either from chronic hepatitis, cause the vein, the portal vein, the pressure is high, so the fluid back up, or the long-term alcoholic. That's, I think nowadays is very, very common. It's common, more common than hepatitis. So this is the, if you drinking alcohol a long time, if you have this, your doctor already told you, you have the, or you have fatty liver disease. These people, I'm just talk to you here to watch out, either the sign of deterioration, getting worse. You lose weight, your skin getting yellower, and your stomach getting full, bloating, fullness. These are the signs you need to watch closely and call your physician. Or if your family members had this and have this kind of problem, and you notice they have altered mental status, that means the liver cannot cannot detoxify the waste. So then those waste go into the brain, the nervous system, so caused altered mental status. So these are the signs I just talked. Since we're on the list, I think ascites is quite common sometimes if for those have chronic disease. So I brought here, if your family members have it, so you just, or if you have it by yourself, just pay attention to this. If you don't have it, then congratulations, we're doing good in terms of maintaining our health. Well, that's the take for today, and thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.